We got a minyan. All right.
David, just before we start, tomorrow, what time?
Oh.
2:00.
Fine by me, Rabar.
Why'd you get Rabara nervous and discuss Motzei Shabbos first?
I'm going to discuss Sunday night, actually.
What's the Shabbos? What lift benches? What about 4:10, 4:12? Or was it almost early?
Yaakov, it's a holiday weekend. Can we do Sunday early?
I have a chassan in Lakewood Sunday, so watch out what you say.
Jacob, I don't think he's joking, by the way. I think we're okay with Sunday.
I was joking. I was trying to get Rabaran a little nervous. Make sure he doesn't nick himself again while he's shaving with that razor.
I understand.
Rabaran, you got a little nick there from your razor. I was watching it this morning on the Southern State. I almost crashed.
Yeah, I wasn't sure to get Gillette or Harry's. I wasn't sure.
And you did a lousy job on the beard too.
Yeah. Well, I stopped after,
If we're negotiating times, can we do a little bit later on Motzei Shabbos?
Oh, here he comes.
It's Phoenix, man. It's the Phoenix.
This is my season.
No matter what we do, you're not going to be covered here, buddy.
No, that's not true. I get like a month, 2 months out of the year. I can get Motzei Shabbos.
Yeah, but it's not
That's
now.
last year when we did it later. This year we're doing it right after Shabbos. That's what we've been doing.
I know, that's my problem.
That's what the island wants, which I do.
I'm outvoted.
One guy in Phoenix is outvoted.
Okay, so tomorrow I guess 3:40, right?
Okay.
3:40. 3:40 and
6:15.
6:15, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's okay. So we have a more interesting daf tonight. I have a ha'ara tonight. I don't like to say my own ha'aras. Tonight I have a ha'ara on the daf that I want to know what the Olam has to say about it. I believe it's a gishmak diak, but I didn't look into it to see if anybody says anything. Very practical thing. Okay, so anyways, Zok the Mishna. We're on Lamed Amud Aleph. We already did more than half of the first Amud. Right, so neder miyardei hayam. Nobody told me there's a Giants game on, Aaron. That's at this time. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, anyways, so let's say somebody makes a neder from sailors. I guess that would be the way to touch it. Anybody that goes and hangs out on the water, so he makes a neder, he's not benefiting from them. Mutter b'yoshvei hayavesha. He is mutter to get hana from people that live on land, which is the majority of people. He does the opposite, but if he says he's not getting hana from people that live on land, then assur miyardei he's also assur from sailors. Why? People that are sailors also live on ground. They don't live on a boat the whole life. I think there are some that do. They park a yacht. They just live on the yacht. I don't know, but okay, but everybody lives on land at some point. So Mamela, if you make a neder that you're not benefiting from
the
people,
guy who lives on the yacht has nothing to do with this shmeiga anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That could be nobody cares about him, the stomach, right? So, but then the question becomes: I forgot who asks this. Isn't that making a neder against all humans? No. You made a neder that you're not going to benefit from anybody living on Earth, which means that includes sailors. Okay, so now. You can't make a neder that you're not benefiting from any human. It's impossible, right? We said that's called a neder. That's was the name for it. It's just a neder that's it's Hawaii. Maybe it goes under Hawaii. It's just not. It's not possible. So it shouldn't be a neder in the first place. Okay, I don't remember what the mataris. Yeah, but that's that. Then the Gemara says a line that we're not sure what is going on. When we're talking about people going on the water. We're not talking about those that go from Akko to Yafo. We're talking about people that really go. We're not talking about a guy going on a 1-day cruise. We're talking about the 7-day cruise people, 2-week cruise people, the real cruisers. Then the question is that going on the Reisha or on the Sefer? So that's what the Gemara asks right away. Rapapa Ravacha, not asked, the Gemara says it's a Machlokes right away. Rapapa Ravacha Breidu Rav Ika, Chad Masni Reisha, Chad Masni Sefer. One learns this last line in the Mishna again that said that people that it's when we're talking about people in the ocean, we're talking about people that are in the ocean for days at a time, not just from a short commute, like me'akol yaf, meaning not the guys that go on the ferry every day, right? We're talking about people that really go on the ship. So one learned on the Reisha, one learned on the Sefer. Mandatani Reisha, the one that learned on the Reisha, Masni Hachi learns it this way. Hanoidim Yardei Ayam, but the Biyashvi Yavesha. Somebody who makes a neder from those that are in the, what do you call it? That are some sailors, he's mutter to get benefit from those that are on the dry land. Right? But it's mashma that those that go into the water are assur. But but not like those Antom Beis now, it's not like those that have a short commute, like from Akko to Yafo. The Halon, those are people that are considered living on the land. Right? When it says that he's not allowed to get hanof from somebody who lives in the water, that means he's talking about somebody who's stays a long time in the water. So that's the first way of learning it. And the one that learns that last line on the Seifa learns it this way. Anybody who makes a neder, so a guy who makes a neder from those on, I keep saying Yavesh, it's Yabasha. Somebody makes a neder that he's not going to benefit from anybody that lives on earth, right? Meaning on land. I'm sorry, on land. He is assur even on people that go in the ocean. And not only those that go from Akko to Yafo, meaning not only can he not benefit from the guys that have a short commute in the water who are really based on land, right? Even those whose derech is to go into the ocean for long periods of time, he also can't be benefiting from them. Because since everybody that goes on a boat has to end up on dry land at some point, right? So therefore, he can't benefit from anybody. Yeah, so those are the two ways to learn in the Mishnah. Okay, next. So somebody who makes a neder from anybody who sees the sun. Right? He's not going to get benefit. He's not getting hanof from anybody who sees the sun. So you would think that, okay, so somebody who's blind doesn't see the sun, and therefore he's allowed to benefit from him. So, but no, the Mishna says assur af besumen. He's obviously not allowed to get hanof from anybody that sees, but he's also assur even from blind people. Why? It's not what he meant is not the guy sees the sun. He meant if the sun sees him, which it does, the sun sees him. Right?
So that's also the whole world, no?
What?
It's also the whole world.
So what doesn't mean again? Had he just said Reroye Chama, meaning he would have explained himself, so then we'd say, okay, blind people he's allowed to benefit from, right? But he didn't say that. He said Meroye Chama, from those that see the Chama. So then Memela, what he meant was that the Chama sees them. Fine. Okay, so then who does it exclude? So doesn't that include everybody? Everybody sees the sun, meaning everybody is seen by the sun.
He lives in the North Pole and there's no sun now for 6 months.
Yeah, but if it's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you think he meant part of the year and part of the year not?
I don't know what this guy meant.
Yeah.
He said that he sees the sun, but he didn't mean that. So how do we know what he really means?
Right. So that's what the Gemara said. Let's see the Gemara, right? The Gemara is saying that my timer. What's the reason? Min harayin, because he didn't say from those that see. He said roye chama. He added the word chama there. Had he just said, I'm not getting benefit from anybody that sees, right? That would make sense. Why that he doesn't want to benefit from people that see, but somebody who doesn't see, like a blind person, he doesn't mind benefiting from, right? He could have just stopped after the word royan. Why did he say royan chama? Right? So that's what it is. Min harayin, straight. He said royan me'achama, so it must mean that he just didn't know how to describe it properly. So okay, so what's it coming to exclude? La fuke dogim v'obrim. It's coming to exclude fish and obrim, because a fish doesn't see sun. Most of them, they way down deep in the water, even though there are some fish that come up to the surface. Most fish don't.
So how is this good?
And fetuses.
So how is this good?
What do you mean, how is it
He
good?
said he can't make it not to any humans.
No, he's saying no. So he's saying but he's saying he's not going to eat fish. That's his way of saying he's not going to eat fish.
So why we add? What do we
He's
add
not
by
eating
adding
fish
in the
on
Uber here?
I'm saying that's only he's not eating. He's only going to eat fish.
But
Yeah.
he's not benefiting from any human being. Before we said that's
What?
not sustainable.
You mean that's the same kasha? You're right. That would be the same kasha. Same kasha we just discussed. How is this even a neder, right? What are you saying, David?
What does this add by adding in the Uber? An Uber, no one sees. No, he doesn't. It never sees anyone. What are we adding in by adding in the Uber? What is this?
No, it's not. No, that's who he's saying that he could get benefits from.
He could get benefit from an Uber. What benefit?
But Uber, yes. Everybody
What benefit
else,
is he getting from an? What benefit is he getting from an Uber?
Oh, very good. So today again, I had a little opportunity. I didn't listen to the whole thing from Rabbi Razan. He brought from the Gilyonei Ashas. He said that you can. I don't know. This is a weird one, but he said sometimes you could be sitting next to a very large pregnant woman, and she's blocking the sun for you or blocking the wind, and that's called benefiting from an Uber.
Just don't tell her that.
From the pregnant woman?
Don't tell her that she's big enough to block the sun.
That. Do not tell her that.
Right.
Otherwise, you're not going to be alive.
You're benefiting from a human being. You can't do that. From her.
What?
He's benefiting from her also.
That he's getting some benefit.
He's not allowed to. He's made another not to.
There goes my internet.
You want my phone?
Can you eat a bamboo?
Good. You're good. You weren't good for 1 second, but we saw you.
Okay. Ben Pekua.
Yeah.
No, but that's once it's out, it already saw the sun.
It's already mutter once. It's already mutter already when it's coming out before it sees the sun.
Yeah.
Yaakov, you're freezing out on us.
You were frozen.
Yeah, hello. I don't know what's going on over here. I'm frozen or I'm good now?
Now you're good.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, Toysus says different thing. Why isn't he also from any?
Yaakov, it used to be Thursday nights in the country you have a problem, not in Iraq.
No, I must be everybody streaming the football game or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's the problem.
Anyway, Toysus says, why isn't he also from everything? Everything in the world sees the sun. Why are you stopping at humans? Right? Meaning he's saying that anything that the sun sees, he's making a neder from. That's what we're saying he meant. So then everything in the world should be also to him, not just humans.
Not everything in the world sees the sun. No.
Okay, whatever. Things that do see the sun. The grass, trees, chickens, meat. Meat, maybe not. Taka, meat, maybe not. I don't know. I wanted to say meat, Taka, because it's only talking about, Taisa says it's only talking about animate objects, not inanimate. Since he's saying roye, since he did use a lashon of seeing, so then
the sun sees the cows.
Right, but not inside the cows.
Oh, okay.
Right, but he's saying Taisa says it means that it's going on animate objects, not inanimate objects. Yeah. Okay. Weiter. Hanoider mishchure harosh. So this is where my dia comes in. Hanoider mishchure harosh. Somebody makes a neder from anybody who has dark hair, right? Assur bekrachin ubali sevas. He's assur from karachin, from bald people and old people. Now, I hate to say it, maybe I'm not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. This is not my ha'ara, but this bothered me. You made a neder from black, dark-haired people. You're assur for bald people and old people. And what about black-haired people?
That's for sure.
That's for sure, right?
You're just saying that you.
It doesn't say af. It doesn't say af. It should have said af. The previous Mishnah said af. This Mishnah didn't say af. I was going crazy. I said I couldn't understand the Mishnah, and then it's pasha. It has to be af, but nobody says that. So maybe I'm the dumb one. I'm putting it out there. I don't know. Maybe he decided he could put it in one Mishnah, and now that you don't need the af in the other Mishnah. But either way, we're saying that it's also for bald people and old people. But mutter b'noshim v'ketanim. But women and ketanim is mutter. Why? She'ein nekroin shchuri arosh ela anoshim. Men are only considered black-headed, not women. Okay. All men. When he said that he's making a neder from black-haired people, it means everybody. And I think Tosfos says it means even blonde-haired people.
If I did something,
It just means hair. Anybody who has hair.
As a blonde, I take offense to that. But okay, fine.
Okay, listen, whatever it is, you're still a person.
you
But,
can't say what he meant.
But why, if a guy says black-haired people, do we think he's talking about blonde-haired people?
What he meant is men. That's what.
So
That's the
all
Mishnah's
men
learned
with
that.
hair
You
or
couldn't
all
say
men?
men.
All
It meant all men. No, all men, including bald
So
people.
why did he say black-haired if he meant all men?
I don't know.
Isn't it?
I don't
It's
know.
even shorter to say all men.
If I did something like this, Rabbi would yell at me for a week.
Okay, so maybe we should yell at this guy too.
Let's
This
go.
guy,
Let's say it, Naftali.
But at least he made it into Shas with these questions, right? But okay, so what does the Gemara say? What's the pshat? So my time, but the loy comer mikbale sayer. What's the reason? Because he didn't say he's making a neder from people with hair. So since he didn't say he's making neder from people with hair, so all what he means to say is that it's just people. It's just people with hair. That's what he meant. Men have hair, and he meant men. Finished. It has nothing to do with whether the man has hair or not. Okay, fine. Mutter ben nashim v'ketanim she'ein ekran shcharei rosh ela anoshim. Women are not called black-haired.
Does he
only
mean,
men are
excuse
called.
me,
Yeah.
does he mean Levium or he doesn't mean Levium?
Why?
Because by the Chanukah of the Mizbeach, Moshe, they shaved every piece of hair on all the Levium.
I'm saying, does this? Okay, so I don't know. Is that called not having? I mean, I think it means men. All he means by shchurei rosh is he means men. That's what it seems, right?
Okay.
That's I think it just means men, which is the next line of the Gemara. Let's see. Only men are called. At my time, there's actually a Thanksgiving Gemara right here. How? We'll fit it in, right? Men sometimes cover their head and sometimes they don't, right? What does that mean?
We wear hats sometimes. We don't wear hats all the time.
But what? You have to wear a yarmulke always?
We don't have to.
Oh, so the Taz says that since goyim don't wear head coverings, it's an assur d'oraisa not to walk around with a yarmulke on because.
Are we talking about only walking? What about if you're swimming?
No, anything. No, obviously, if it's in a place that it's going to get ruined, I think the Taz would be moida. But the Taz says that because goyim walk around without their head covered, therefore it's an assur d'oraisa to go with your hair uncovered. Which is a reason why many say that a Thanksgiving dinner is assur. Even if you want to say that a Thanksgiving dinner is allowed because it's not a religious holiday, it's a secular holiday, but it could be chukas hagoyim because you're making yourself like the goyim who made meals. Whether
you're doing it out to keep it up aim.
Yeah, whatever the excuses are. But the machmirim want to say Ramesh entertains this. That maybe it's assur al b'chukasem le'silecho. Anyway, so the Taz says that you have to always keep your head covered. So this Taz is going after this Gemara because this Gemara is saying that sometimes men cover their hair, sometimes they don't.
What happened in Yuma, Masechtas Yuma? They take off the kohen's hat to start the counting.
Right.
So he's wearing a couple underneath the hat. No,
they don't wear a couple on the hat. We think there's a Gerech Hasidim.
Yeah,
well, I think the hats look like the Gary yarmulke.
The hat was yeah, that's it. So they took it off, no?
Yeah, so it could be the Taz was going much later when the goyim. I don't know.
That coin didn't move. Maybe the Taz says if you don't move, you don't have to have.
That's a kasha of a meister there, okay?
But anyways,
that's a halacha. Come on, man.
Yeah, but that's the Mishabur is chaylik on, and Ramesha says nowadays the Taz wouldn't apply anyways. Yeah. So anyways, but also what's the next line? This is my diak here. Aval nashim la'olam michsu but women always cover their hair. And kids are always uncovered, right? Meaning women never cover their hair. Are we talking about Yiddish women or
Women
Goyish?
always cover their
cover
hair.
I'm sorry, women always cover their head.
The
They
whole,
always-
in the whole world, women cover their hair, Yaakov. The whole world.
Oh,
The whole world. What are they fighting
Not
in
in New
Iran now?
York.
Because they took off the head coverings. That's the sign of rebellion. In France, when the ladies who collaborated with the Nazis, Yamach Shemam, they took off their head coverings. I mean, they also shaved their head, but first thing was they took off the head covering. Women in the whole world cover their hair. Look at India; all the ladies have their head covered, except the young ladies maybe don't. But from the prior generation, they do. Every place,
right.
every place in Eastern Europe, all the Babas, all those ladies.
Oh, so here's the diak. So here's the diak, right? At least the diak that I think, but I don't know. This is clearly referring to Goyim too, because the next Mishna, the next Daf, starts talking about whether the Nedarim include Goyim or not. So by the Gemara here saying that women always cover their hair, it has to be talking about even Goyim, which then maybe makes it that the Yiddish woman only have to cover their hair when the rest of the world, when the Hanhaga is to cover hair, that's when you have to cover hair. But maybe once the Hanhaga Nevel comes not to cover hair, then maybe there's a heter. I told you it's a wild thing, but it's sure it could be, because really the majority of women's tznius.
He wasn't. Your cousin was not happy. They were all screaming at him in late because of the late shaitels. He wasn't happy with that.
That's right. We're going to go.
One second, Remarry. He just went for Kurt. He just destroyed the whole shaitel business.
He wants.
Yeah, well, that's the goal.
Yeah.
No, but meaning the majority of women's tznius, by the way, has nothing to do with men. The majority of women's tznius is that you have to dress the way a woman dresses, the same way a man, right? A man has to dress tznius the way he's supposed to. Meaning, if you're in a community that the men don't wear short sleeves and don't wear shorts, and you're not allowed to wear shorts, even a man, right? And that's the majority of women's tznius. It's the same thing.
You mean like walking in the Bowling County to the pool in a bathing suit type of thing?
Correct. Exactly. Yes. That, or Lakewood, going in shorts and Lakewood. I don't know.
The shaved parents is not on it.
Yeah. But anyways, that's I don't know. I think there's a diak to be made with that. Okay. Whatever. Fine. Weiter. Next. This next Gemara I have to remember, so that whenever my kids are not doing so well on tests, I say, what do you want from them? Because based on this Gemara, of how are they supposed to know how to teach anything, right? Why? Because let's see. So,
the first reason they don't do well on tests is because they don't go to school. So
that's agav. That's yes. That's agav. Agav. That's a good point. Yeah. So anyway, so hanoider min yiloidim. Somebody who makes a neder from yiloidim, right? Which is those that were already born. Mutter bin noilodim. He's mutter with people that will be born, because he only made a neder against people that weren't born, that were born already. I'm sorry, but people that weren't born yet, he's fine with. Mina noilodim. That's the opposite. He makes a neder from those that will be born. Assur mina yiloidim. Then he is assur from those that were born. Because he's, again, the same kasha applies, like what's the neder? I mean, you're answering everybody, because everybody was born, right? Again, the first case is he's made a neder from those that were already born, so those that are going to be born from now on. No, the first case.
The first case is will be born.
What? I'm sorry. The first case is when he made a neder from those that will be born, so he's fine with everybody that were born already. That's fine. But in the second case, he's saying that he made a neder from anybody that was born already. Is assur min yiloidim. He's assur. I'm sorry, min yiloidim is those that are going to be born. He's still assur from those that were born. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One was going to be born, and one is born already.
Correct. So if he made a neder from those that are going to be born, right? He is assur even on the ones that were already born, because they were born.
He said will be born.
Correct, but we're still saying that is included. Again, Why? I can't say I understand clearly why, but that's what it's saying. Remeir, mater af b'yilodim. Remeir says no. They're even yilodim, right? Meaning, af b'yilodim means he's being mater everybody, right? Which the Gemara is going to say. Okay, so according to Remeir, what's the neder then? So okay, he didn't mean who was born yet, going to be born. He meant humans. Right? He meant humans who have the derech to have pregnancies and have babies. Masha Enkein, we're going to say in the Gemara, fish and birds. Right? Again, another Thanksgiving thing. Yeah. Again, so that's the Machlokes. So the Gemara asks, if Remeir says you don't even have to mention those that were being born, meaning everybody's mutter. So then miman asa. So who did he mean to say asa? Again, Remeir is saying that everybody's mutter. Those that were born, that weren't born. So what does he mean? So there's something missing from the Mishnah. Somebody who makes a neder from those that were born, then that's mutter for those that will be born. Min hanoy lodim. But if he makes a neder from those that will be born, is assur from those that are already born. That's a Tanakam. Remeir Aimer, no. Af hanoider min haniloidim, hanoilodim, mutter b'yiloidim. Anybody who says a neder from those that will be born is mutter from those that were born already. Ki heichi denoidim and yiloidim mutter b'noilodim. Just like somebody who said that it's going to be make a neder from those that are already born is going to be mutter from those that will be born. Right? So basically, that yiloidim and niloidim seem to have separate meanings. Right? Okay, it's a little confusing. Try saying those 3 lines quickly 10 times. Right? It's anyway. So I don't have clear why he would say that, but fine. So do you mean to say that those that were born are talking about those that will be born in the future? The 2 kids that were born to you in Eretz Mitzrayim. Does that also tell you that they were born? I'm sorry. Say, are you saying that Neiladim means that they're going to be born in the future? How could that be? That means that means that they were going to be born in Mitzrayim. Does that mean that in the future they're going to be born? They were already born. Meaning, how can you say Neiladim means in the future? So what are you going to say? The Yaldu Mashma, that it means that they already were born. If that's the case, we have a kasha from David HaMelech. There was a baby that was born, and his name was Yeshayo. And that means that the baby was born. Even Menashe, who was the grandfather, wasn't born yet. Right? Elamashma, and this is what I was saying before. Elamashma hachi umashma hachi. Sometimes Noilad can mean was born, and sometimes it can be will be born. And sometimes Yilad can mean was born, and sometimes it can be in the future. When the Nedarim halach achalosha b'nei Adam, and by the Nedarim we go after b'nei Adam, right? So if a kid has a test and the teaches Noilad, and he has to translate it, and he does it in the past or in the future, if he can bring out this Gemara here and say, hey, I'm right, that's the taich. You just want to say here when it fits, whenever you need it to fit for you. So you change. If he
could bring out this Gemara as a raya, he wouldn't get the taich wrong.
I'm saying the father should bring out the Gemara and say, hey, my kid should have.
Just in the Nedarim, these 2 words.
Well, no, this is the way to taich a pasuk chumash and to taich a pasuk in Nach, right? I'm saying I'm just saying if I'm sitting there learning Nach, and I forget it, I'm a kid, I'm an adult, I think I'm an adult, whatever I am. I'm trying to learn the pasuk, and I'm trying. Okay, so Yiloidim, I know from Bereshis it means that they're already born. So I'm breaking my head, and then they say, oh, by the way, not here. Here it means the other thing. Right? Yep. I'm saying, do we blame a kid? Can we blame a kid for having a hard time with this?
There
you go. Right. What it means, what the Rabbar means, means you're passing it, you do it, which means do it before. right? Over last yosin. Yeah, okay, go figure. Shine. So the Chacham have the easiest shot in the Mishnah. They just say when the guy says that he's making a neder from those that were born, that will be born, all he meant is humans. He's coming to exclude. He's coming to exclude fish and birds who don't give birth the natural way. They don't have a womb. They hatch their eggs, right? That's how they're born. So that's on the day today of a fowl. Yeah, okay, let's just do a little bit more because tomorrow this Amud is actually a standard size Shas Amud, which then tells you that it's not so hard.
Right? Wow, that's like a first.
Well, wait, look at tomorrow. Look at Shabbos. It's mamish.
Shabbos is
real regular.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, but it's a gotta
changing neder.
Yeah. So anyways, okay. So neder. So let's say somebody makes a neder mishav say Shabbos from those that rest on Shabbos. So now, what does he mean by that? So he means he meant a yid. He doesn't mean a goy. Goyim are not Shabbos. For assur bekusim, but he is assur with kusim, with goyim, right? Meaning not goyim. Kusim are the gerei arayas. They became arayas, really. They became gerim because they were scared from the lions. So they became yidin. They kept most of the Torah, but some things they didn't. So the question is, so they're Shomer Shabbos. So when a guy says he's making a neder from Shomer Shabbos, is he including kusim? So the Mishnah says he is not including kusim. Right? So me'oichle shum, from those that eat garlic, assur b'Yisrael, assur b'kusim, it's assur for Yisrael and assur kusim. What does this mean? Because the Gemara says that since there's the mitzvah to be together with one's wife is Friday night, Altonik Shabbos, so garlic makes raises sperm production. So since it does that, so you're supposed to have garlic on Friday night. So he's referring to obviously somebody who keeps Shabbos. So for this, we're saying it's also b'Yisrael and it's also assur and kusim, right? Because the kusim did this, right? So again, it's a combination of what he means with his terminology and what people expect it to be. If he says me'oil Yerushalayim, then when he's making a neder from those that go up to Yerushalayim, then assur b'Yisrael, because you didn't go up to Yerushalayim, mutter b'kusim, but he's mutter kusim. Kusim don't do aliyah l'regel. Fine. So the Gemara says, "My shoyse Shabbos." What does it mean that they keep Shabbos? Shabbos. If you say that it means those that keep Shabbos, my ear b'kusim, then why kusim? Afilu avdei k'chamim nami. There are goyim that keep Shabbos, so then those goyim that keep Shabbos, he should also not be able to benefit from. So Elam must not mean those that rest on Shabbos. Elam mitzuvim ala Shabbos. It must be referring to those that are commanded to keep Shabbos. The Gemara asks,
there are goyim. Excuse me, I'm sorry. There are goyim that are. I don't want to use the word Olareka, but go to Yerushalayim on Yom Tov.
Don't they? What do you call it? Evangelical? What do you call them? Evangelical Christians go to?
Yeah, they go on. They have a big parade. Yeah. In Gansaka, thousands of them.
Yeah, so maybe those guys also taka. Well, that's the question. Does he mean halachic oile regalim, or just means anybody that goes up to? Yeah, in a it's a good point. So one says, right? Which I don't know. Is that what you're asking? Right? No, it's not. It's a different kash. He's asking on the kusim. We're saying, so if you're saying the Mishnah, the first part of the Mishnah means they have to be commanded to keep Shabbos. That means in the next part of the Mishnah, they have to be commanded to go to Yerushalayim. So kusim are also, if they really hold that they're Jewish, so then they also have to go to Yerushalayim. So what's the difference that they don't go, right? If you assume that it means commanded, so then, okay, so we're talking about what he meant is those that are mitzvah and actually do what they're commanded. The tarti, bavi kamaisa, Yisrael v'kusim mitzuvin v'oisen. In the first two cases, eating the garlic and keeping Shabbos, Yisrael and kusim are mitzuvah v'oisen. Avdi k'chavim hahu da'avdi oisen ve'ena mitzuvin. By avdi k'chavim, there are those that keep Shabbos, but they're not commanded to. By the Yerushalayim, Yisrael mitzuvin v'oisen. Going up to Yerushalayim, Klai Yisrael is mitzuvah, and they do it. Kusim mitzuvin ve'ena oisen. But kusim are commanded to it, but they don't do it. So basically, what he's saying is that his neder was based on doing both. Okay, they're mitzvah and they do it. Fine. Let's see. Okay, let's do two more. Yeah. If he makes a neder that he's not going to benefit from the bnei noyach, so he's mutter b'Yisrael, but he's assur and oivdei kechavim. Because what he meant was the legitimate bnei noyach. Oh, we're all bnei noyach. So Gemara says, "Ask Yisrael min afek michlal bnei noyach. Are Klal Yisrael not considered bnei noyach?" Right? He said anybody from bnei noyach. So Gemara answers, "Kiven de ikdish Avram iskru al shmei." Well, once Avram Avinu became Kaddish, then we go with Avram Avinu, even though Avram Avinu ultimately came from Noach, but we go from him. So the Gemara says, the next Mishna, She'eni nene lezera Avram. If he says, I'm not going to get hana from anybody that comes from Avram, assur b'Yisrael, then he's assur Yisrael, but mutar b'Avram, he's mutar b'Goyim. So Gemara asks, Vayikash Yishmael, right? He says, you have Yishmael. So Gemara says, no, because Kibi Yitzchak, Kara Lechazorak, if it says with Yitzchak, is going to be called your kids. The Gemara says, Vayika Esav. So it says, Bi Yitzchak, right? Beloy Kol Yitzchak. Meaning, part of Yitzchak will be considered an Einakel, but not all of Yitzchak, meaning not Esav, and not Esav, and not Yishmael. No,
why
not Esav.
Why are they only asking from Yishmael? He had those 12 guys at the end of last week's parsha.
Yeah.
With Hagar. He had another 12 sons with Hagar.
Right. So l'chayra, that's yeah, I hear that. I don't know. Maybe he means including that. Right.
And why did he have them anyway? Does anybody here know why he had them?
Yeah, you had that. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Maybe somebody knew. No. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But Ravena does. Oh, you must have had this fight with him already.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe somebody else knows.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm late enough for Shabbat Brachas. I appreciate tuning in early. All right. Sei gesund. A gute Nacht.
After a long day off. This is.
Did we discuss what time tomorrow is?
I think we said 3:40 or 3:45.
3:40.
Okay, fine.
3:40.
Thank you.
Sei gesund.